Yay Media Group.
Hey, y'all.
Feliz Navidad, snitches.
Baby, it's
Sorry.
Thanksgiving.
Oh. What up? What up?
So I'm excited for Thanksgiving because we have a new tradition that we started last year.
What's that?
We go out of the country.
Oh man, hold on. Can we talk about this tradition that was started last year about where you took us to last year?
It was great. Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna give y'all the story. I'm gonna just tell y'all how it goes. So I'm on the plane, me and the kids.
Who gets on a plane without knowing where you're going?
I had no idea where it was going, but that's just
Who does that?
That's how I roll. I live in peace. I am as carefree as it goes.
It shows you trust me.
Hey, whatever. Like we going. So get on the plane, look at the kids. I'm like, all right, so we in Mexico. Like we get off the plane, like the car comes, the guys out there waiting, got our name up, put us in the car. We headed to the resort, right? We get to the resort, we pull up, typically I'm the one making sure that the guy got the bags, like they got all the bags put up, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool. The kids are inside. They're usually Roman's running around with his iPad. The other kids, Taylor and Logan are typically somewhere with the cold cloth on their hands, and they like a whole experience.
They want
like
the whole experience.
It's like, bring me the lemonade, please. They got a little lemonade tray. But anyway, headed up to the desk. My wife is standing there at the desk because typically she goes in to book to go and register us or whatever. She goes up, walks to the desk. So I just so happen to be walking up to the desk myself. The lady is like, she's like, well, thank you so much for coming to our resort. We're so excited to have you. She's like, do you both understand the concept of our resort? And my wife is like, yes, I do. She's like, and she looked over at me and I said, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking we just had a resort.
Yeah.
It is what it is. She looks at me and she says, so we are a mostly vegan resort.
Plant-based. It was great.
And I thought, the only thing I could think of in my head at that point was, how many days we staying here? We was there for what, a week?
Yeah, we were there for a week.
Not just any week, but Thanksgiving
week.
I'm like, I'm spending Thanksgiving here. And
it's amazing.
If you can't tell, I'm black. So like Thanksgiving,
blackity black.
Like Thanksgiving to most people in the black culture is just a day of gluttony. We eat a ton of food, and that food gotta be busting. Like it's down to the point where we have to name who's cooking the mac and cheese, who's making the collard greens, because everybody don't clean their collard greens. Or if some people, they clean their collard greens in the bathtub. They'll never do that. But they clean it. Who clean their collard greens? Or, like stuff like that.
I grew up with white people. It's just a day of family.
Oh my gosh. Like
no expectations for the food.
If there is one day in a black culture where you gotta eat good, it's Thanksgiving.
And him and his mama were there.
Oh my God.
So my baby was stressed. But
I was so stressed.
Have no fear. They had a whole Thanksgiving spread. But the cool thing about this resort is it's plant-based. It's on the Cancun side of Mexico too. I forgot what it's called. Palmilla.
I don't know.
It's like Palmilla. But they had options where you could add chicken or beef or steak to your food.
They did have meat options, but here's the thing. The meat options were only there until they ran out. And every day they had a limited supply.
Man, how does that feel? Because I feel like that every day when I go to restaurants. And
Ain't
hotels.
Nobody told you to be walking around here eating like a rabbit. Ain't nobody. That is your choice and your decision.
But you know what I'm thankful for? I'm thankful that my family got a chance to see how I feel at every single restaurant and every single hotel every day of our life. Logan's like, wow, Mom, is this how it feels to look at a menu? Like, I could look at the menu and eat everything on it. Like, typically we go places, I look at the menu and you're so sweet. You always find the one thing I can eat, like barely, because there's usually just one thing. But at this resort, I could have everything. So the cool thing about this,
she was ordering everything. She was like, "Oh my God, now we get with that. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that."
I just was going, and it was all inclusive. So
I was like, "Yo, can you bring me some French fries?"
I was like, I was turning up. But the cool thing was, like, they had bikes. They really just encouraged like working out, being outside, eating plant-based. To the point where at the end, my husband said we should do a marriage retreat or host an event here. So he must have loved it, even though he's acting like brand new right now. Anyways, so it's the holidays. And that's one of our traditions that we do because we don't want to be home to do all the cooking, right?
Who?
That's our Thanksgiving tradition. So what we do is we
cook we usually cook either before or after we get back.
Yeah. Exactly.
Probably like this year we'll probably cook the week. I probably cook like the Sunday after we get back.
Uh-huh.
Because I still like to cook my spread. I want to make my chicken dressing.
You still want to eat it.
I want to make mac and cheese. I want to make some butter beans. I want to make collards.
But the pressure's
turnips.
not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not there to eat it on that day. So we go out of town, and I mean it's better. It's better for us, and plus it gives like a chance for other people to kind of serve us food, which is so much better anyway.
Yeah. So let's give some tips to some people that are going home to hang out with family.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like especially like for our college students, like y'all leaving campus, or some of y'all gonna stay on campus. I mean, you know, do what you gonna do.
Probably closed.
Yeah, but if it is, that means y'all going back home.
Yeah.
You know, some of y'all who are married, some of our newlyweds.
Hey.
This means that y'all are having to choose, or y'all are newlyweds, or y'all you dating somebody that's really serious right now, and you're having to choose. Like what family you gonna visit, or some of y'all gonna be family hopping because y'all gotta visit, you know, their parents first and these parents second, and then auntie, grandma. Some of y'all have family that's getting older, like you have elderly parents now, so you know you need to find something for them. You need to go visit them. So it's not always easy getting around parents. And then to top it off, this is an election year.
Don't talk about politics at the dinner table.
Rule number one.
Rule number one.
Do not talk about politics with that crazy uncle at the table. Just get up. You know, it's typically like, please excuse me.
Well, actually, no. By now, the president's already selected.
Well, it's still, and that's going to be even more of a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
That's gonna be more of it. That's gonna be that. I mean, and granted, that's gonna be even more of an issue.
Yeah.
Depending on who
became president.
But either way it goes, like y'all just avoid politics and avoid being argumentative altogether.
Yeah.
That's rule number one.
You have to think about it, and I think at some point, like you can look around and see that your parents are aging. Everybody's growing up. The kids that used to be little are all of a sudden your height. And I feel like life is truly but a vapor. And it's like, you don't see your family all the time. So the time that you're with them, let's find the beauty in it.
Yeah.
Let's be thankful for them. I don't know, maybe you cook this year. Maybe you clean up this year. Or maybe
if you can't cook, baby, don't do that. Just bring some paper plates.
Don't try to change anybody with your opinions or your ideas. You can't control people. You can't change them. You can't even try to get them to see your side of things. Instead, focus on yourself. Take all that energy, put on yourself. People are asking you when you having kids, or when you get a man, or when you doing this, you doing that. In God's timing, and just smile and just keep it short. But use this time to really just enjoy them, because it's temporary. I know when we go to Michigan, sometimes it's like, all right, I love my family, but all right, let's wrap this up.
I remember the first time I met my wife's family.
Oh gosh, that was great. That was great.
It was an experience. I mean,
a cultural shock.
It was. I grew up in Mississippi. I was born and raised in Mississippi, and it was just, it was just four of us in the house. I had an older sister, mom, dad, and so that was it. We were very we were very separated in the house. Everybody had their own little section. We didn't get together. Rarely did we sit down, did we eat together, do anything together. So that the idea of us kind of being together, or all together in the house, was kind of strange. And I met Heather's family for the first time. What Thanksgiving was that? What year was that? Was that 2009? 2009. And I went up there for the purpose because I wanted to meet Heather's mom, and I wanted to ask Heather's mom for permission to marry her.
Here.
And I actually got a chance to pull your mom to the side, and I was like, do you mind if I propose to your daughter? And she was like, oh my God, Linda, oh my God.
That's Linda.
She said, I'm gonna cry. Yes, you can. You're just a sweetheart. She said, and now you are my son.
Aww.
Yeah, I mean, it's Linda.
That's
Linda
sweet.
thinks everybody her kids.
She does. She would adopt all y'all if you need
She would
parents.
adopt everybody. But I think just walking in the house and just seeing everybody, I was in such a big culture shock.
Yeah, it was. And then he didn't like the food either.
It would do. Like my wife mentioned, she was raised. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you this right after this break. So we're back. I mean, like my wife mentioned, she was raised by a white family. She's biracial, and the food.
Wow.
I knew how I grew up.
He ain't lying.
I am.
He grew up with Lowry's. I didn't know about Lowry's till I got to college.
Yeah, seasoning means a lot in my house. And when things aren't seasoned, then they just aren't good. And I kind of knew where dinner was headed when I was around the kitchen and I kind of started seeing how it was cooked. I remember seeing one of our family members make mashed potatoes.
Out the box.
And I'm accustomed to peeling potatoes,
Of course, yeah.
boiling them,
Totally.
Butter, sour
Yeah.
cream, just really, anything, making
Try
real
to
mashed
warn
potatoes.
you. Try to warn you, big dog.
I remember seeing the boiling water. In my head, I was thinking, I wonder when they're going to start peeling the potatoes.
Ain't no
And then
potatoes anywhere.
there was a box that was just poured into it.
No, let me preface.
was
When
no
you grow
salt.
up with 24 siblings, like, I'm sorry, you just ate we ate a lot of processed food, I think, growing up. And I think that's also why I make everything from scratch now.
Yeah.
Because growing up, it's like everything was in bulk. We lived at Sam's Club in Myers. For my Michigan people, you know what that is. But like everything was in bulk. So it's hard when you have a big family. That's why I make spaghetti so much for our family, even though nobody eats it but me and Roman.
Yeah, I don't like spaghetti like that.
But that's what I grew up eating because I thought, like, you just got to eat in bulk.
Yeah, I didn't know. So when they made the mashed potatoes, I was like, this is gonna be interesting. And there was no salt put in it, no pepper, no butter, nothing. It was just water and boxed potatoes. And then
Horrible.
that was all. I was also introduced to a new culture. So I'm saying this to say like y'all, really find the beauty in it. Like I didn't know that green bean casserole was a thing.
He didn't. I
didn't even know.
green
I didn't even know it
casserole.
existed until again I was at my family's house.
And pumpkin pie. He didn't know about no pumpkin pie.
I ain't know pumpkins made pie.
Like, how do you not know? I mean, I hated it growing up. Don't get me wrong, but
When they came out, I never forget
with the whipped cream on top.
Mama Linda came out. She put that pie down. I remember like, oh, I want a piece, and they gave me a piece. I remember taste. I was like, this is some awkward sweet potato pie. And Mama Linda looked at me. She said, "Sweet potato pie? We don't eat sweet potato pie. This is pumpkin pie." And I remember, I remember being so pissed off in my head. I was burning red hot and mad. Y'all don't understand how pissed off I was because I was like, y'all gonna feed me some pumpkins. Like pumpkin pie? Didn't even know pumpkin pie existed.
So then he's up here. His sister is sending him all these pictures of all these cakes his mom has made and all this food. So, which of course makes me feel bad. So if you're going to somebody's house new for the first time, keep your opinion to yourself.
But I did get a chance to eat because I did something. You know what I did, didn't you? You did know what I did.
Oh, he went to Burger King.
I sure did. I was like, hey, look, no, somebody asked for something. I think our niece asked for something from them. She asked for more cream of mushroom soup. That's what it was. And I was like, I'll go get it.
I'll go. He's so eager.
I'll go. Please let me go. And I went, and I'll never forget. I pulled into Myers. I got the cream mushroom soup. I also grabbed me like some Little Debbie boxes.
You love them Little Debbie oatmeal raisin pies.
I used to tear them things up.
I should make you some.
You made me some. I haven't had any in.
You haven't. I'm gonna make them.
I haven't had any of those in like over a decade.
I know. I'm gonna make you some, but they'll be scratch.
But anyway, so I went and got me some Little Debbie cakes and put those in the car. And I remember because it's a Burger King, it was like right there. I pulled in a Burger King. I was like, yeah, let me get 3 Whoppers. Yo, I sat in the car.
You're so happy.
I ate them Whoppers. I was good and full. Then when I walked in, everybody was like, all right, it's time to eat. And I was like, let's go. We sat down.
Funny.
But I say that to say, like,
lower your expectations.
That was not what I was going to say.
Lower your expectations. It's not about you. Okay? It's about family. So get over yourself.
But I was also going to say, like, you know what? Like, I sit back. We sit back at these times.
Yeah.
And we laugh at them now.
We do. It's funny.
Because you're making memories.
Yeah.
Whether or not it may not be like the best food, it's still a memory you can look back on and be like, yo, because we talk about it every year, though. We like, yo, remember that time? And we talk about like our family members.
We actually brought it up last year in Mexico when we were just saying like our first Thanksgiving together was like a preview of this one. Meaning like the food wasn't great on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So it was like a preview. But now I found another resort that's out of the country, but it is heavily meat based. So
you want to know something that you've never talked about? So what was it like when you met my family for the first time?
So the first time I met his family was on Easter.
Okay.
I spent Easter. That was the first holiday I spent.
2010.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And we 2009. 2009.
Okay.
Wait, no, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Because I spent time with your family first.
Okay.
So went and met his family, and the food was incredible. There was just so much. That's the time I ate cheese. So I was like smashing. I actually ate meat then too. So I was like eating everything. I was like, this is so good. It's so incredible. I was so
She
stuffed.
never had seasoning before.
I've never had seasoning like that before. I was
before.
like, but you know what? I did tell him like I took a bite of a pie and I couldn't eat it because I was like, my blood pressure spiking. There's so much sugar in here. And I was like, why is there so much sugar in the sweet potatoes?
You got European stomach. We didn't get you in them African stomach.
I was like, no.
We know how to process sugar.
No. The only thing though, my stomach don't know how to do it. The only thing that I struggled with his family was the cultural difference of ragging on each other.
Oh,
that's a thing. Joning, right? And so to me,
hold on, say it again.
Ragging on each other.
Hold on, let's say it again.
Joning.
Anyways. you know joning.
Anyways.
We're joning.
I wasn't used to that. Like one of his family members was talking about his spouse. I don't even know if they're married or not.
So funny.
She was eating with us and she sat up to get seconds. He's like, look at your big old tail. You going up to get another plate. You so fat. I was like, and she's like, oh, shut up. And she's like, I ain't fat. You ugly. And I was like, I was so shocked at how they talk to each other because to me, I felt so bad for her first. And I want to like go hug her. Like, you're not fat. You are beautiful. You are called. Baby girl, you are chosen. Even though she's grown, she's like 20 years older than me. But I just wanted to hug her because I felt like she was a little embarrassed about it.
No, she wasn't embarrassed.
Okay, well maybe it was secondhand embarrassment. So maybe I was embarrassed for her.
You was embarrassed for her. She wasn't embarrassed.
I wasn't doing good, y'all. I wasn't doing good.
But like my family when they get together, I'll never forget. So I went over. She had done like a barbecue at one point.
Wow.
So she was like cooking it, and so like growing up. Everybody knew, like, if you wanted somebody to taste your potato salad, I was the person to taste your potato salad. Like, I was a potato salad guy. So she was so excited. She was like, "You got to come in here. I just made the best potato salad ever. I just made it." So you got to understand, like, my cousin, they're older than us, so he's there too, right? So we sitting at the table, right? And they was like, everybody looking at me like, "Taste potato salad." So I eat it out, and it's crunchy. Everybody out here already know what that means. That means it's eggshells in a potato salad. So I was like, yeah, spit it out. He doesn't. Oh,
I feel so bad for her.
He said, "Girl, you supposed to peel these."
Child.
Oh gosh.
I felt bad for her. Because you know what? Maybe she had a long day. Maybe she just had a lot going on in her life.
Man, he talked every time she got up to get some. Remember when she was sitting there, she was talking, and he was like, she was talking, and he said, "Chew your food. That's why you're breathing hard."
He said, "Look." So everybody is quiet. He be like, look at her stuffing her face. Sir, you're stuffing your face too.
Oh my God.
Excuse me.
Was that the first time you?
Yes, that was my first time. I was like, ew.
I should have warned you.
I do not like that energy.
I should have warned you about this.
No, my family is not about any of that. My family doesn't like confrontation. We sweep a lot of crap under the rug.
My
so
God.
I was not used to.
We say whatever
is
to
here
our mind.
comes here with his family.
We don't care.
My
about
family.
nothing.
Well, some of my family member will think it and say it, but
One family member will think it is. I know who you
Melissa and Christy.
Yeah, two of them.
But there's like 20 of us that don't say anything. We just don't say anything, and we just suppress.
Just passive aggressive.
We're just passive aggressive. But like his family is just all out
aggressive.
There.
We just don't care.
I was like,
which is where I get it from. I
was
like,
why are they so aggressive? But now Logan is like that. But he's more respectful.
He is. He's
very respectful.
He knows to be respectful.
He would never say anything that's like crazy. Yeah. But Taylor's a little bit like your family.
Yeah.
Taylor's.
So, but the thing is, like, y'all enjoy your family.
Enjoy it.
Make memories. Have fun. And thank y'all so much for constantly tuning in. Like y'all are like family to us. Like being able to do this and y'all tuning in, y'all listening, y'all subscribing, all this kind of stuff. Like it really makes it feel like family. And to be able to get back on here. I mean, some of y'all been rocking with us from the beginning. This is like almost 8 years strong. You feel me?
Isn't that crazy?
And
it's wild.
The fact that y'all even allow for us to come into your house, to come into your car, to come into your space, it means a lot to us. So from our family to yours, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy Thanksgiving. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much. God bless y'all. Introduce us. We out.